Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real Time, where we talk about the movies we like.
And the ones we don't.
I'm Tyler,
And I'm Molly.
and we're gonna be talking about a kind of a weird one, but we're gonna be looking at the basically the Lonely Island movie, Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Andy Samberg, so I'm always down to watch any of his movies.
Yeah, this is one you showed me actually.
Yeah. I saw it first a while ago. I don't remember when. And I remember one day we were having a movie day and I wanted to watch a whole bunch of funny movies, and this was one that I showed you.
Yeah. So this movie is it's basically a mockumentary about a singer, Connor, played by Andy Samberg. He was part of this boy band group with these other two guys, played by Yorma Taccone and Akiva Schaffer. It's the Lonely Island for those unaware.
Yeah. The Lonely Island is kind of just Adam Sandler's.
Samberg.
Sorry. Andy Samberg. They're very close names, and I get confused when I'm not thinking. But it's Andy Samberg's group, and they make like comedy songs.
Yeah, they did a lot of stuff on SNL, and they don't really do so much music nowadays, but it's still pretty funny stuff.
Yeah, very funny. I hear a lot of their songs on TikTok.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I admit that I get on TikTok.
Anyways, Yorma and Akiva play Owen and Lawrence, the other two members of Connor's band, Style Boys. But they've since broken up. Well, Lawrence has left. Connor does his own thing, and Owen is his DJ. And Connor's kind of a douchebag, honestly. He's aggressively heterosexual. He has this whole song about how he's not gay, but if he was, he'd want equal rights. And he's just kind of a douchebag pop star, but he's still got that Andy Samberg charm that you still love him.
Yeah, he's very dumb, very full of himself, treats his DJ Owen very poorly, but he grows as a character by the end of the movie.
We also have Sarah Silverman playing Paula. I'm sorry, what was she doing in the movie? Was
She was the publicist.
Publicist. Tim Meadows plays Harry, their manager. He's been with them since they were Style Boys, and he's probably my favorite character in this movie.
Yeah, he himself was once in a band called Tony.
He was the last Tony with the question mark.
Yeah, he was not in that band for very long, it seemed.
There's just star after star in this movie. Like, we got Maya Rudolph, Joan Cusack. Then we have the people who just make cameo appearances, like Carrie Underwood, Nas, Usher, 50 Cent, Ringo Starr for some reason, Simon Cowell, Adam Levine, Akon, Mariah Carey, Pink, DJ Khaled, A$AP Rocky, Mario Lopez, Will Arnett. Actually, no, he's not even himself. He's playing a TMZ reporter, or CMZ, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. Same thing. There's a lot of people just show up in this movie, like Pharrell Williams, Seal, Justin Timberlake, Walter Emmanuel Jones, Jimmy Fallon for some reason. It's a lot of people. At one point, Andy Samberg gets beat up by Martin Sheen too.
Yeah, a lot of these cameos are just are musicians, talking about Connor, or talking about the Style Boys as if they were real, to get that mockumentary experience going.
And I didn't realize it until this most recent viewing, whatever. But Weird Al also makes a cameo as someone at the very end introducing the Style Boys at the Poppies.
Yeah, I think that was my first time noticing it too. I was watching that and I was like, his voice sounds familiar, and I was like, that's Weird Al. There's no way that's not Weird Al. But he's in a costume, so yeah, it took me a while to notice.
Michael Bolton even shows up too with them. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of cameos.
So this movie didn't do so well financially. It had a $20 million budget and made back less than half of it. Yeah, this movie didn't do so well. It got pulled from theaters 3 weeks after it premiered.
Yeah, see, I don't even remember it ever being in theaters. I don't even remember how I heard of it. I think maybe it just came on TV when I still had cable. And maybe I like DVR'd it to watch later. Maybe.
I don't know. But apparently, they filmed over 400 hours of usable footage. So to the point where they were able to make over 100 different cuts of the film's first act alone.
Whew, that's a lot.
Well, when you have all these comedians in the movie doing all sorts of improv, doing different stuff, then yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's a lot to go through.
So, yeah, you said you watched this on TV first?
Maybe. I think so.
Yeah, that's a shame because with how censored this movie would have to be to work on TV.
I think it was a movie channel, though, maybe, because I think I do remember seeing the penis on my first watch through.
Oh, yeah, some dude gets his wiener out and Andy Samberg signs it.
Yeah. So I don't think it was too censored. So I'm thinking it was probably a movie channel.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, this is a pretty short movie too. Like it's not even an hour and a half long.
No, but I feel like that's a good reason. It's a good amount of time because you do get to know the character of Connor and he does evolve. So, yeah, I think that's probably a good amount of time.
Yeah, it doesn't overstay its welcome. It everything goes for about as long as it should go, and it's overall a pretty fun time. We get to see, why Connor is the person he is, and we get to see him change and become a better person. I would say that I'd like a sequel, but I don't think it's needed. But I would take it.
Yeah. I'm just looking up its Rotten Tomatoes score. Okay. Because I was like, because I never hear of anybody else who's seen this movie. But yeah, it's 79% fresh, 65% audience score. So that's not like too bad.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty decently average score.
And like I said, I'm a huge fan of Andy Samberg, and I think he's hilarious. I thought he was really funny in this movie.
Yeah, like with most Andy Samberg characters, he's they're usually a bit goofy, sometimes a little douchey, but he always has that charm that you never end up hating them.
Yeah. Yeah, you just can't hate him, even if he is a terrible person.
Yeah, and I actually don't think we have too much more to say about this movie, actually.
Do you have a favorite part?
Hard to say, really. What about you?
It is really hard to say because it's really funny. I like his pet turtle Maximus. I won't spoil it, but
it leads to one of the more emotional moments of the movie.
Yeah, and I like I don't know, I'm trying to think of a scene that really made me laugh. But there's just a lot of little jokes thrown out the movie that I can't really think. When he proposes to his girlfriend, I thought that was pretty funny. It goes terribly wrong. Wolves attack Seal.
Which, first off, he's proposing to his girlfriend so that it gets everyone's minds off of the fact that it looked like he didn't have a penis because of wardrobe malfunction. It's a long story, but then that proposal ended up going wrong. He ends up getting sued by Seal. He ends up losing his girlfriend, and everything just goes completely wrong for him.
Yeah, you kind of feel sorry for him, even though he, deserves the backlash he's getting.
Okay, I think I have a favorite scene of mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's when Connor and Harry are talking by the pool, and they tell the cameraman to stop filming, and then a whole bunch of bees and a huge queen bee comes for him, and Connor just whoops out his flamethrower and just burns them out, and then they both realize that they've stopped filming.
Yeah, the camera's black, the screen's black, but you can see their conversation. Their like subtitles are coming up as they talk, but nothing's being filmed because they told the cameraman to stop filming. So it's pretty funny.
It's just funny how well, I'm not gonna explain why it's funny. If you know, you know.
I mean, yeah. That's a good scene. I like that one. It's one of the more memorable ones, I think.
And there's some legit good songs in this movie too.
Yeah, they're pretty catchy. There's some songs that get in my head, and I can't get them out.
In your head, like they did Bin Laden?
Yeah, that's probably the one I remember the most from this movie. It is just very, very catchy, and it's funny. It's a funny song.
Yeah. From basically the Lonely Island movie, this is about as good as you're gonna get. It's a fun time. It's funny. It has some likable characters and some surprisingly decent character arcs too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just very nice. It ends very nice for Connor, and he learns from his mistakes, which is always it's always nice.
Now, I already said who my favorite character is, but what about you?
That is hard, because I like Owen because he's just the nice straight man, but I think I might have to go with Connor. He's just so dumb, and he makes terrible choices, but he's funny.
There's more things that I take from this movie than I care to admit, like the whole third of the way to Mars part.
Yeah. 30 seconds to Mars. How's that go?
You were up there for only 10 seconds. I was like a third of the way to Mars. Connor, I told you 30 seconds to Mars is just a band. It's not a measurement or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I just love Harry because, I mean, he's even more the straight man than Owen is. Mm-hmm. And honestly, he's really funny too at times.
Yeah, he is. He's a good character too.
And of course, I always love seeing Tim Meadows and things. He's just excellent to watch.
Yeah, I do really like Tim Meadows.
So that'll do it for us, I think, for Popstar.
I think so. If you happen to come across it, I'd say just give it a watch.
Yeah, that's I'd have to agree with you.
Yeah, it's funny. It's worth the time.
So we'll catch you guys later.
See you next time.